Kane and Abel is a historical fiction novel written by British author and former Conservative politician Geoffrey Archer in 1979. The story revolves around two men, William Lowell Kane and Abel Rosnovski, who are connected solely by sharing the same birthdate. Despite coming from vastly different backgrounds, they both strive to overcome their challenging pasts. William Lowell Kane, a member of the prestigious Boston elite known as the Brahmin, is the son of Richard Kane, a successful banker who tragically died in the Titanic disaster. As a result, Kane inherits his father's wealth, including the family bank, Kane Cabot. Despite the loss of his father, Kane excels academically, attending St. Paul's School and later enrolling at Harvard College. His mother, Anne, remarries a gambler and womanizer named Henry Osborne, who happens to be his godfather. Kane resents Henry's influence on his mother and immerses himself in his studies at Harvard. In parallel, Abel Rosnovski, originally named Ladek Koskiewicz, grows up in poverty in the woods with a family of animal trappers. Recognized for his intelligence, he is invited to stay at a baron's castle to provide intellectual stimulation for the baron's son. However, World War I disrupts their lives as the German army invades the castle, resulting in the deaths of the baron and his son. Ladek, now acknowledged as the baron's biological son, faces further tragedy as his sister Florentina dies at the hands of Russian soldiers. Ladek's journey takes him from Siberia to Turkey and eventually to the United States, where he changes his name to Abel Rosnovski. He works as a waiter in New York and studies economics at Columbia University, eventually becoming the manager of the Richmond Hotel. Abel's life takes a turn when he becomes the owner of the Richmond Hotel after the previous owner's suicide during the Great Depression. He also marries a Polish woman named Zafia and changes the hotel's name to Baron. Meanwhile, William Kane's life follows a parallel trajectory, and he becomes a successful banker. Both men are deeply affected by World War II and serve in the military. Unbeknownst to them, Abel saves Kane's life during the war. Their paths cross multiple times, but they remain unaware of their connections. Complicating matters further, their children, Florentina and Richard, fall in love and plan to marry. When the fathers discover this, they try to stop the marriage, but their efforts are in vain. Kane succeeds in destroying Abel's credibility by revealing his relationship with Henry Osborne, which prevents Abel from becoming the U.S. ambassador to Poland. In retaliation, Abel acquires enough stock in Kane's bank to oust him from a leadership position. In the 1960s, Kane and Abel attend the opening of a boutique business owned by their children, Florentina and Richard. They acknowledge each other from a distance, but Kane passes away before meeting his grandson, William. In a surprising twist, Abel discovers that Kane had been the anonymous backer of his hotel business. Overwhelmed with regret, Abel seeks reconciliation with his family, especially with Florentina and Richard. Upon Abel's death, he leaves his estate to Florentina and gifts his grandson, William Abel Kane, the silver band that once marked him as a baron. Kane and Abel delves into the complexity and ambiguity of human motivation, deception, and reconciliation. It departs from its biblical namesake, presenting a modern world marked by geographic and class mobility. The successful marriage of their children and their shared interest in their grandson's name symbolizes the author's optimism about humanity's innate capacity for goodness, even in an increasingly unstable world. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.